Welcome everyone to Podcast 69 South, where we cuss and discuss true crime, cold cases, current events, and hot topics, along with our state of society today. This is your trigger warning. Our podcast content is produced for adult listeners 18 years of age and older. We discuss situations that may be offensive and triggering to some listeners. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome back, everybody, to 69 South Podcast. I hope you had a good time since the last time. I'm your host, Chop, and with me always is my beautiful co-host, Julie.
Hello, everybody.
We got a bonus episode to do for you because some crazy shit happened in our neck of the country, and we're going to bring you a story that was supposedly going to happen on Valentine's Day.
Now, what I'm going to be reading to you is the probable cause affidavit for Trinity Shockley. Trinity Shockley is an 18-year-old transgender male that attended Mooresville High School, and she had planned to shoot up the high school on Valentine's Day.
Now, I'm a little bit old school, so clue me in exactly what the transgender, like what she was, what she wanted to be,
So she was a girl.
Okay.
And she was a transgender male. So she was a girl that identified as a boy, but she liked boys. She didn't like girls. So.
Okay, that's kind of confusing, but I understand.
Very confusing.
That shit wasn't going on when I was a kid and going to school. I mean,
no, I never even heard of none of that.
Anyway, she planned a big shoot up of Mooresville High School, which is a very good high school around here. It has good sports. It's in a good county. I mean, it's considered a pretty good high
area.
School. Yeah, absolutely.
So, on February 11th, 2025, Trinity committed the following criminal offense in the town of Mooresville, Morgan County, Indiana, in a violation of Indiana law. And it says intimidation, which is a level 5 felony. But since then, they have also charged her with a level 2 felony, conspiracy to commit murder, another level 5 felony for intimidation, threat to commit terrorism, and then another level 5 intimidation, which is a conspiracy to commit terrorism.
You know, we had a chance to see this, I'm just going to say young girl because she looked like a little 12-year-old girl to me. We were at her initial hearing, and she just looked like a little 13 or 14-year-old girl to me. I mean, I know she planned all this shit, but in a way, in my own little way, I felt sorry for her because she seemed like a kid that was screaming out for help. But let's get into this shit, and there was a lot to it.
Well, I do want to say I've seen reports. I don't know how accurate they are, but this Trinity was hit by a drunk driver when she was a child. So she had a traumatic brain injury when she was a child, so you know that her frontal lobes in her brain didn't develop properly. Or
also, it was reported that her mother had died from a drug overdose,
and her father was raising her. Now, on Tuesday, February 11th, 2025, at approximately 1900 hours, this investigator was contacted by Morgan County Sheriff's Department Detective Sergeant about a potential threat tip. He was told that the FBI's Sandy Hook tip line had contacted the sergeant about a potential threat to the Mooresville High School. This tip included the following information. Tipster stated that their friend is planning a shooting in Indiana on the 14th of February. The tipster stated that Trinity has access to an AR-15 and has just ordered a bulletproof vest. The tipster stated that this offender admires Nicholas Cruz, and the tipster stated that the offender stated that he will kill his best friend first.
Now, the Sandy Hook tip line was set up and basically remembered from the Sandy Hook shooting. For y'all that don't know what the Sandy Hook school shooting was, it took place December 14th, 2012. 28 people were killed in this school shooting. 20 of the victims were from 6 to 7 years old, and that just breaks my heart. 6 adult staff members were also killed, and the perpetrator was named Adam Lanza. He was 20 years old at the time, and he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, which in my eyes kind of sucks because I think that's taking the coward's way out. He should have been able to endure, what everybody was going to do to him in the pen and reap reap what he sowed type shit, man, because they would have liked him in prison, because there's a lot of people in prison that don't have their kids, and a dude that's out there killing little babies, especially 6 to 7 years old, they would have given him a warm welcome. But let's get back to the PCA.
So Trinity had a Snapchat, and it was Gull, Gull 99, and she also had a Discord account, and her username was Crazy Nicholas.
Fill me in on what Discord is, because I don't know what Discord is.
Discord is like where people get on and chat, like a private server. People get on there and chat, and then there's groups, just like chat rooms, and it's a social media network. I'm old. I've never been on Discord, so I'm not really exactly 100% for sure, but I think that's about the gist of it.
Everything I've heard with the name Discord on it has seemed to have been some messed up shit.
Discord, Snapchat.
Right. I mean, y'all might consider me old and shit, but I really think this internet and all this information is fucking kids up. I really do. I think it's fucking kids up, because when me and you were growing up, baby, there was so much that we didn't know and so much to learn. The only knowledge that we had was being a little kid, going outside and playing. This internet shit leaves nothing for the mind's imaginations for these children, and it's fucking them up.
YouTube and all the videos on YouTube, and how every TV comes with YouTube.
Yeah, it's like you can't even shut it off anymore. And our kids know how to hook up everything. That it's getting really hard to protect the kids nowadays.
Yeah, even with the Chromebooks at school, I'm sure they have security measures in place at school.
But if the Chromebooks are hooked to a different Wi-Fi, they can do whatever they want with them.
Mm-hmm. So now this person under these Snapchat and Discord accounts was quote unquote named Jamie. So Trinity was Jamie, an 18-year-old 12th grader who is transgender. The FBI did an emergency preservation request on the Snapchat profile of Gull99. The profile had a phone number listed. The FBI did a ping status with AT&T regarding this phone number, and it came back within 1,500 meters of the following location around Locust Lane and Trinity Way in Mooresville, Indiana. The following messages between Jamie and TCC Mama were provided with the tip to the FBI from a chat application called Discord.
Okay. And it was Jamie said, yeah, I'll be honest. I'm close to shooting mine up, talking about the school. I have an AR-15. TCC Mama said, damn, OMD, that's so cool. But wait, do you have a solid plan?
Jamie says Parkland Part 2, of course. I've been planning this for a year.
I'm going to be reading the TCC Mama, and Julie's going to be reading Jamie. So TCC Mama replies, you don't plan on killing yourself, right?
And Jamie says no.
Okay, good. Your secret is safe with me, bro. Kids are awful, and if you do carry it out, good luck. On February 7th, 2025, Jamie had a conversation with someone called Sasha on Discord. Jamie sends a link with a photo of a 10 Magpul AR-15 magazine to Sasha, and also says, I'm also buying a bulletproof vest. Jamie then sends a link and a photo to a bulletproof vest and says, like this? TC Mama says, you're going to look great, bro.
And Jamie says, and like ARs fire 60 ammunition at a time. Another conversation occurred with the same name, with someone named Eric. So she's having multiple conversations on this Discord with multiple people. She's had, okay, there's TCC Mama, there's another one named Sasha, and then there's another person named Eric. Now, in this conversation with Eric, Jamie says, guys, best news, me and, it's a name that's redacted, are going to have a sleepover. My crush. And then there's a name redacted, and it says it was named earlier as a potential victim.
On February 7th, 2025, around 1625, there's another conversation from Discord with Jamie and TC Mama. Jamie, I'm taking blank with me.
And then it's redacted from TCC Mama.
It says, my boy best friend.
And then TCC Mama says, I don't mean to sound really dumb, but what do you mean you're doing it?
The shooting.
Ah, okay. And you're still doing it on the 14th?
Yeah.
So is he going to be joining you in the shooting, or do you plan on killing him too?
I'm shooting him.
And yourself?
No.
So on February 10th, there's another conversation. Jamie texts TC Mama, 4 more days.
Yeah.
I have this staring at me.
And Jamie sent a photo of a collage of what appears to be Dylan Roof, a known mass shooter. He's always there, she said.
Yeah, and Dylan Roof, he was responsible for the Charleston, South Carolina church mass shooting. He's a white supremacist neo-Nazi, and his motive was to start a race war, and he is now on death row in Terre Haute, Indiana, awaiting execution. And he killed 9 people, which were all African-American, while they were at church.
Pray into the good Lord. That's even worse. But you know what? So she had a collage of this mass shooter on her wall. I mean, you think that would be maybe a red flag to her parents or whoever's in charge of this teen?
You would think, well, she's 18 now, but she's still living under her father's roof. But still, that would be a huge red flag. And then Jamie's like, he's always there.
Jamie also sent images of AR-15 rifles. The FBI sent Discord an emergency disclosure request and received the following information. The username for Jamie was Crazy Nicholas. They received an IP address to this Discord account and it's got a bunch of numbers. I guess it's the IP address. And it was ran by the FBI and it came back to Comcast. The FBI filed an EDR with Comcast, and they informed them that the IP address came to the target phone number, which is redacted, and listed at a Mooresville address in Mooresville, Indiana.
Now, on February 11th, 2025, at approximately 1500 hours, a student identified as Trinity Shockley asked to speak with the school counselor at the Mooresville High School. She spoke with the counselor, and at this time, it said Trinity's date of birth was in 2006, and she identifies as transgender. Trinity wanted to speak with the counselor about some ongoing issues and ended up disclosing to her that she was sexually attracted to Nicholas Cruz, the Parkland school shooter. Now, the Parkland school shooting killed 14 students, 3 staff members, and injured 17 others. This is considered the deadliest high school shooting, one of them in the United States. And now he's currently serving life without parole.
Trinity also spoke about how she wanted to have multiple children with this Nicholas and that she has already named the children. Trinity told Miss Mike, I'm redacting her name because we didn't want to really put the counselor's name out there, that she has written to Nicholas several times while he's been in prison. Trinity also showed the counselor a heart locket necklace with Nicholas Cruz's photo inside. That's creepy.
Now, I don't understand how she thinks she's transgender, but she wants to have children with this man. Like, she's confused. She's really confused. So after speaking with school administrators, It was discovered that Trinity's best friend is, and then they have that redacted.
Trinity has also expressed an obsession with a school shooter. The GPS coordinates for an emergency cell phone ping places her address within 15 meters of the ping, and her best friend's name is redacted. Her address also redacted, and her listed phone number. She has sent photos of rifles, magazines, tactical vest, and photos on her wall depicting a known mass shooter, and said she is going to execute a school shooting on Friday.
Now, on Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2025, it said that Trinity Shockley resides at her address with her father, Timothy. It is an apartment complex at the corner around County Line Road. These apartments are in a formation and face north and to the east. They have red, black, and tan bricks with brown shingles. The apartments are segmented into 4 per building and are multi-level. Trinity's apartment is the first building on the south side of the first apartment on the top level to the right. On Wednesday, February 12th, 2025, I executed a search warrant from Superior Court 3 for the right to search the residence at that address. I was assisted by the Morgan County SWAT team at this time. The Morgan County SWAT team utilized a surround and call out method and successfully extracted Timothy Shockley and his girlfriend Erica, his son, and Trinity Shockley. Trinity was transported to Mooresville Police Department, and at this time where she was placed into a secure interview room.
We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, this is Chaw from 69 South. Are you ready to elevate your space with aromas that'll set the pace? Scented Jewels, Indiana's pride, with aromas you can't hide. The classic wax melts, oh so fine, then squeezable melts, the scent so divine. Dazzle your senses and level up your vibe. Scented Jewels bring an aroma to your life. We use this in our studio and our home as we have teenage boys and pets. It makes our place smell so fine. Use promo code 69South for 10% off today. Shop Scented Jewels, luxury in every way. Head on over to Shop Scented Jewels. That is www.shopscentedjewels.com and get 10% off your order today. Thank you. The officer then executed the search warrant along with Mooresville Consolidated School Corporation Police Chief Brian Chambers and Mooresville Police Department Sergeant Brian Anderson. They observed in Trinity's bedroom some photos on the wall depicting Dylan Roof that matched a collage on Discord. He also knew that this was Trinity's room because it contained all of her belongings, like her backpack from school. There was the collage on the wall with Dylan Roof, Nicholas Cruz, and Andrew Blaze. All 3 of these men were known for mass killings. He took the photographs down and collected them as evidence at this time.
Now, Andrew Blaze was actually known as Randy Stair, and he was responsible for the grocery store shootings, which caused 4 deaths. And his motive was that he thought if he did this, he was going to be reborn as a character from Danny Phantom.
Wow. There was also a poster for a movie called 0 Day. This movie is about 2 boys who conducted a school shooting. The detective also removed this poster and collected it for evidence as well. There was also a poster of who the detective believed to be Dylan Roof. That poster was also collected as evidence. On a bookshelf, there was a framed photo of who I believed to be Dylan Roof. This frame and photo was also collected. Above the light switch was a photo of Nicholas Cruz, and that photo was also collected.
So you're telling me her room, I mean, it sounds like it was covered in these images of these men who had done these mass shootings. And I'm taken back because her father did not do was that not a red flag? Was that not a concern? I mean, did he just not know who those people were? Or was he just not paying attention? I mean, I don't know. The girl was 18 years old. So, I mean, is he still responsible for her? I mean, she is living in his house.
I mean, to her birthday date that we redacted, except for the year, she had just recently turned 18.
Yeah.
So I know she didn't just pop up on her birthday and start throwing pictures of these fucking assholes on her walls. You know what I mean?
I'm sure they had been there. I mean, she said she'd been planning this for a year.
I mean, I get shitty if my 11-year-old wants to put the Freddy pictures on his walls. You know what I mean?
What's it? Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's,
something?
the pizza store massacres, or the puppets.
So the detective located an open laptop on a chair in front of Trinity's bed. The laptop was placed in airplane mode for collection. While placing the laptop in airplane mode, it was observed to have a wallpaper of Nicholas Cruz. At trial, another laptop was located in the closet. It was collected. Finally, a Mooresville Schools issued Chromebook was found in Trinity's backpack. This Chromebook was placed in airplane mode and collected. I wonder why they placed them in airplane mode.
Probably so nobody could get to it from another device and erase some shit, maybe. Like if our iPad and our iPhones or our Mac is connected, we can erase shit from one of them other devices. So they put them on airplane mode and shut that shit down.
Ah, okay.
I mean, I assume. And Trinity's father, man, he had to be going through some shit. I mean, his wife died of a drug overdose. He was in the military. He might have been going through PTSD. So, bro, we're not throwing any shade on you. We're just saying maybe there were some red flags that could have, maybe prevented this. We don't know what you were going through, bro, is all we're saying. We're just spitting the story.
I mean, and I'm sure he's taken back by all this, too. I mean, I know I would be.
He's probably going through it, man. I mean, he really is.
So the detective also collected an iPhone that was located on the bookshelf and an iPhone that was on the top shelf of a closet. So she had 2 iPhones and 2 or 3 laptops in her room. That's just weird that you'd have that many, I think. Now, on Trinity's backpack, I observed 3 safety pin style buttons. Each button depicted one of 3 murderers listed above: Dylan Roof, Nicholas Cruz, and Andrew Blaze. These buttons were collected as evidence. A photo album depicting known mass shooters, including the above 3, was collected from a bookshelf near the bed.
In Timothy Shockley's room, I found a few AR-15 magazines and a box of 50 .40 caliber pistol rounds. These were collected along with a soft armor vest that was located in the front room closet.
Inside Trinity's backpack was located 3 notebooks. Each notebook depicted swastikas, the word kill, the word bang, the phrase, "I hate you all, die, die, die," among other obscenities.
The following are excerpts from Trinity's notebooks. 12/16/2024. My name is Dex. I'm 18 years old, born on October 26, 2006. I currently live with my father. My mother passed away. I am also a transgender male. I have a lot of homicidal thoughts. In all honesty, I want to be just like Elliot Rodger. He is my main influencer along with Nicholas Cruz. These thoughts never seem to stop. You may believe that I am some edgelord, but in reality, I am just a loser. I am grateful for my chance to live, but in reality, I am scared of living. Is it the government, you ask? No. It is the sad reality of living with pieces of shit, waste of life people. I hope whoever reads this takes acknowledgement and maybe will use it for your massacre. I will be back to write again. XOXO Dex.
Now, who is this Elliot Rodgers? I've never heard of him.
Elliot Rogers is an English-American mass murderer who was responsible for the 2014 Isla Vista killings on May 23rd, 2014. Roger had killed 6 people and injured 14 people using knives, semi-automatic pistols. He killed 2 of his roommates and a friend that was just hanging out there. He ended up dying from a self-inflicted gunshot wound too. And basically, after he killed his roommates, he went on a killing spree. He kind of got to shoot out with a couple of with some cops, but he ended up taking the easy way out, as these people usually do.
Wow. So on December 17th, 2024, there was another entry, and this is what it says. Why is it so depressing here? Why must I be so easy to target? I don't really focus on them as much, but still bothers me how entitled people can be. I don't hate everyone here, but majority of them are all a waste of life. Back in 2022, I was relentlessly a victim of bullying. They would ask me stupid questions, send me rape threats, threaten to hurt me. I hate all of them so much, but at the same time, I like some of them. Part 2 of today, Tuesday, 2024. It is 1:54 p.m. So far, today has been weird. Someone had accused me of becoming a school shooter. Ha! No, I almost was. I am committing what Elliot Roger has done, a mass shooting, a stabbing. Time will come. Sig Sawyer, AR-15, automatic semi-pistol is what Elliot Roger used.
Then it says, Hail Elliot Roger, Supreme Gentleman. And on January 9th, 2025, this excerpt was wrote, I am death, destroyer of worlds. Everyone at my school hates the environment. I do too. Why must it be so stressful and boring? I want to hurt others. All of these minorities are useless. I believe others deserve to live. I don't believe others deserve to live. Everyone lives to die. I am a loser. Ethan Crumbley, Dylan Roof, Nicholas Cruz, Nikita Lincoln, my favorites. Fuck you all. We'll all be laughing when you die. I hate you all. Die, die, die. I miss Ethan. We were the same. Born 2006. Same eyes. Boom.
Wow. So on January 13th, 2025, I want to back up for a minute because she starts talking about Ethan Crumbley. And Ethan Crumbley was the Michigan school shooter. And this case brought national attention because this is the first case where the parents were also charged.
I remember this. This was a landmark case because no other parents had been charged. They bought him the gun.
His mom bought him the gun. And then 4 days later, I believe, he took that gun to school and he shot the school up. We'll be doing a episode on him, definitely.
Yeah, she's actually appealing her case now, which...
And he is too.
I got mixed feelings about all that, but we'll get into that. That's another episode for another day.
So on January 13th, 2025, the next entry was, these thoughts won't stop. I want to hurt others all of the time. I want to hurt others. I wish people around me knew about my bad thoughts. I love violence. I love Ethan Crumbley and Nicholas Cruz. Becoming the worst version of myself hurts me, but this needs to be done. You all need to be burnt out, killed, wiped away from humanity right now. I want to pull out a AR-15.
This is another excerpt, Jamie, January 22nd. I cannot stop thinking about Nicholas. It's impossible. Why must he be so far away? Why must have he done it? I love you, Nicholas. You remind me of Lana Del Rey. There are days that I'll cry about you, my forever boy. You are a loving soul from a broken home. I will always love you, no matter what, my darling.
Wow. And let me say, Lana Del Rey is not any type of mass shooter or murderer. Lana Del Rey is a singer, like an indie type singer.
I never heard of her.
She has some good songs.
I mean, clearly, this little girl, and I'm not trying to throw shade on her. She wants to be
A school shooter.
a school shooter, and considered to be a boy. But man, clearly she was reaching out. She was putting this shit on there. People was reading it. She was trying to talk to the school counselor. She had posters, all over her room. But man, it's fucked up.
Right. Now, on Monday, February 3rd, 2025, here's another entry. Recently, I've been watching and reading about Alyssa Bustamante. She killed her neighbor, Elizabeth Olton, whom was 9. She strangled, slit her throat, then stabbed her twice. Why? ? She wanted to know the feeling of what it felt like to kill. I understand it too. I want to stab someone as well. I heart Alyssa.
And February 3rd, this is what she wrote. Every day I want to hurt. Every day I hate living. Every day I hate myself. Make it stop. Am I okay? Am I alive? Am I here? Replaceable? I want to cut. I deserve pain. Nothing else.
Now, on February 5th, this entry goes, why can't Nicholas be mine? I need him in my life. I mentally cannot go a day without him. It is very difficult not to look at his face. He's so lovely, and I can always understand him. He has taught me a bunch of things about guns. Zero-in rifle is a term that he taught me. An AR-15 is a semi-automatic rifle. And then it says, Ethan Crumbley is meant to be freed due to his ignorant parents.
February 14th, 2018, 17 people lost their lives in a school shooting. Nicholas Cruz, 19, a former high school dropout, dropped fine.
According to Snapchat and Discord, Trinity sometimes refers to herself as Jamie, as depicted in these journal entries. Ethan Crumbley and Elliot Rodger are also known as murderers. Now, the detective spoke with Trinity at the Mooresville Police Department. The following is the report written by the detective.
On February 12th, 2025, I made contact with Trinity Shockley at the Mooresville Police Department interview room. I provided Trinity with a copy of the Mooresville Police Department Advise of Rights information and her Miranda rights. Trinity advised that she understood and wrote her initials on the line for yes. I then read her a waiver of the rights portion of the form. Trinity signed the form to answer questions. Trinity informed me that she believes she was talking to me because of her dad's girlfriend. Trinity believes that she had a warrant for her arrest. Trinity advised that her phone number is redacted. Trinity stated that school is okay and that she does not have many friends. She keeps a close circle of friends. Trinity wants to be in the FBI and is planning to attend Ivy Tech for criminology after she graduates in 3 months. She plans to move in with a friend named, I'm going to redact that too, from Huntington, Indiana. They used to attend school together. Trinity just started a job at Subway.
Now, Trinity advised that she went to school on February 11th, 2025. She had a breakdown while at school because her mother had recently passed away from a drug overdose. She skipped 2 classes at the end of the day. Trinity has a mental health, or a mental, I think they meant mental there, a mental health class for period 5. She wanted to talk to the teacher after class, and the teacher said she would get to talk to her later. The teacher was not available during 6th period, so Trinity went to the guidance office instead. Trinity talked to her, told her counselor about her breakdown and about her mother. Trinity also told the counselor that she was scared about her future. Trinity told the counselor about her investigations into mass murderers. She wanted to understand them more, so she watched them a lot. Trinity talked about her dad and missing him. Her dad is not very affectionate, but she did not cry about it.
Trinity is also interested in mass murders and the mindset of them. She will study them in the interview room and watch their movements when no one is in the room. Trinity stated that they were not nervous, but she is nervous during the interview. She said that while watching the interview with Cruz, he was emotionless when talking about his victims. Cruz was nervous but did not care at the same time. When listening to Cruz, it would make her feel something in her hearing about what he did. She hated him for what he did. At the same time, she understood what he did. Cruz wanted to ruin Valentine's Day and ruin the families because he did not have his own. She can relate to that because of the loss of her mother and people talking about their moms.
Now, Trinity stated that she uses TikTok, Facebook Messenger, Twitter, Spotify, Instagram, Red Note, and Discord. Her username on TikTok is Crazy Nicholas. She talks to online friends on Discord about true crime and Cruz. Trinity stated that she does not idolize, but does find him very attractive. But she does not like what he did. She argued with her ex on Discord. She stated that she does not like Valentine's Day. She does not understand the meaning of the holiday. She does not know what her Discord account is. Trinity would talk about hurting people and she would lie about it because of the rage that she feels. Trinity says she does not mean it at all and that she would say that she was going to bring a knife to school, but she would not do that.
Trinity also stated that she was joking and said that she wanted to shoot the school up. She advised that she would never do that and does not have access to a gun. She stated she wanted to recreate with what Cruz did, but she would never do anything like that. It was just said out of rage. She is trying to get help with it. Wanted to be in homeschool because of how bad her thoughts were, but her dad would not let her. Trinity talked to username TCC Mama on Discord about killing herself, but she would not do that either. Trinity stated that she did not have an AR-15 and was joking when she said that to TCC Mama. Trinity does not know her real name. She does not have a firearm, but her dad has one in his car. He takes the gun away from her. Trinity stated that she sent the messages about a day ago. Trinity did have a plan, and it was going to be similar to the other school shootings. She was going to go into the school and wait. Trinity was going to come outside at lunchtime and do it. She advised that she was going to wait for lunch because it was the most people coming out of the school. She was going to do this on Valentine's Day. She had planned to use an AR, but would have trouble holding one. Trinity did not recall if she had a list of people she wanted to shoot. She stated that she would take blank with her because he was her crush, and it made sense that he needed to die. She wanted them to die together.
Now, Trinity stated that she was not the only one that was going to do this, and Rachel was going to help her execute the plan. Rachel is from Texas, and she was going to come to Indiana. Trinity has Rachel's address on her phone. She was supposed to execute the plan last year in the fall. They talked on Instagram, and she found her on TikTok. Rachel blocked her on social media, and she has not talked to her in a couple of days. She cannot remember if anyone else was going to do it with her. Trinity had written down her plans on her phone in her notes. Trinity stated that she had a notebook in her backpack with things written in it.
Trinity's motivation for making the plan is Cruz. She wanted to prove that she is his number one fan. Trinity has an emotional attachment to Cruz. Her message behind the plan is that she does not like people who think they are better than everyone else, and people should value their everyday life. You never know. You could die at any minute. Trinity could see herself in court after executing her plan, but she did not like it. When she saw all the police officers, it hit her that she did not want to do this. She does not want to be escorted to a cop car after doing that. Trinity did not want to go to court and listen to all that stuff.
When asked about a firearm, she stated that she was going to save up money, but she thought about on February 10th of 2025, she changed her mind. She now wants to be a gun activist to help people get out of that mindset. She is slowly trying to get herself out of the mindset of wanting to do that. Trinity wishes that she would never think about that kind of stuff, but ever since the bullying happened to her, it was hard on her. She hates herself for thinking that way, and she would feel too much guilt about it.
Trinity also advised that she was bullied about the accident that she had had. People would tease her, and she has anger issues. Trinity used to cut herself in the past because of anger issues. She is bipolar like her mother. It made her feel like if she was in a room with them, she would hit them. She could do that, and she would be in trouble. Trinity received threats from people for 2 years. She was in a very bad position. Trinity found out later that the male who struck her with his vehicle committed suicide. She felt like she killed him, but she knows she did not. She blamed herself for him killing himself.
I think when she was younger, I think he was a drunk driver and he hit her. That's the accident that she is referring to.
So a drunk driver had hit her, like struck her as a child pedestrian, and then he committed suicide, and then she blamed herself for the suicide. It just goes to show some of our youth
She's
people.
got some feelings.
Right. Some of our youth people out here are pretty effed up, man. And please, parents, just be aware of these red flags, man. Take the time and see what your kids are into, what they're watching, what they're doing on the internet. You know, the posters on their walls, the people they idolize. Just
Listen to them when they talk.
absolutely take a few minutes a day and just, figure out what the WTF is going on with them. Thank God that this was prevented. I mean, I believe that she probably would have went through with this shit.
Now, she stated that in her room, she has shrines of Nicholas Cruz, Dylan Roof, Andrew Blaze, and a poster of 0 Day. 0 Day is about a school shooting. Trinity knew that Dylan Roof killed 9 churchgoers and it was racially motivated. Andrew Blaze was the one who did the supermarket shooting, so he killed 3 people and then himself. She watched the Cruz's trial and it lasted for 5 years. She likes the victim's family's statements. Trinity likes the judge in the case because she did not cry. Trinity watched another interview with Cruz where he stated that he was diagnosed with autism. Cruz stated that he did not understand fear, and because of that, he shoots 3 girls over a dirty look. Trinity stated that she does not understand emotions and did not even cry when her mother passed away. Trinity stated that she related a little bit with Cruz. They have the same mental problems. She is not diagnosed with a lot of it, but she has traits of it. She advised that she planned her shooting around what Cruz did. Now, Trinity stated that she liked Cruz's plan, and she described what Cruz did at his shooting in detail. Trinity stated the names of the victims and how many people he killed. Now it says Trinity has friends in Huntington. She has another friend online that goes by the name of Rage or Rachel. Trinity stated that she has a sister who is not her real sister from Canada. She stated that she was going to call the police on her because she was mad about it and was worried about her. Brannigan was trying to get help, but she begged her not to. It's a name that's redacted, used to have the same thoughts, but she does not anymore.
Trinity had looked up body armor because that is what Cruz had, and she wanted one as well. She was going to get it from a shop, but does not remember the shop. It was a bulletproof vest. Trinity was looking at bulletproof vest about a week ago. After talking to people online or talking to anyone, she feels a sense of power to feel that way. She also stated that it is more of an interest thing because her dad was in the military. Trinity wanted to be like him too.
Now that is the end of the detective's report. So, at the conclusion of the interview, Trinity was placed in hand restraints and transported to the Morgan County Jail. She was remanded to the duty jail staff without incident. The detective and an Indiana State Police trooper went to an address on White Ash Trail to speak with a 16-year-old. Now, this person was identified as a good friend of Trinity's and a possible target. The following is a paraphrase of their interaction with the individual. The interview took place at approximately 1:30 on February 12, 2025, with his parents present. Below is a summary of that interview.
Now, the possible victim was informed that he was not in trouble and was asked whether he had had any conflicts at school or anyone might be upset with him. He stated that he could not think of anyone that he had had issues with. When specifically asked if he had Trinity Jamie had discussed any problems between them, he responded no, and added that, to his knowledge, she was not depressed.
Now, Trinity also goes by the name or identifies as Jamie. Okay, now this victim or
possible target
and his parents were then informed about the specific threat made by Trinity, in which she expressed an intent to carry out a mass shooting at Mooresville High School, with this person being one of the targets. Now, that individual stated that he had never been to Trinity's house and was unaware of her interest in past active shooters. He also confirmed that she had never spoken to him about acquiring firearms, vests, or magazines. Their last text conversation took place around 2100 hours on February 11th and was about clothing.
The potential target also mentioned that he and Trinity had only recently started communicating and spending time together around mid-January, and that they share a fifth period health class. When asked if Trinity was upset with him or wanted to harm anyone at the school, he responded, kind of, and elaborated that she disliked many people and generally hated everyone. Eventually admitted that Trinity had made some comments in a text exchange regarding school shootings. Someone had told her that she would carry out a shooting, and blank told her she would never do that. She responded, yeah, I'm not that psycho, but added if she ever did, she wouldn't target him. This conversation took place the previous week at school.
Now, when asked if Trinity had ever requested his involvement in a school shooting, he said no. He also reiterated that she had never sent him any images or references related to mass shootings or other perpetrators. Their primary mode of communication was texting, though they had occasionally interacted through TikTok and Instagram.
He also expressed shock that Trinity had made a threat against him, stating that although she had previously mentioned the idea of a school shooting, he believed that she was just joking. He recalled her claiming to have an AK or some type of gun at her house, but said she assured him that she had no intention of using it. He also confirmed that Trinity had never asked him to store firearms, ammunition, or body armor at his house. With his parents' consent, his room was searched and no firearms, ammunition, or body armor were found.
Now, on Wednesday, February 12th, 2025, I spoke with the vice principal of Mooresville High School and the counselor. Now, both parties confirmed what was reported the night prior, and no significant deviations from their account was noted. I also spoke with the head of mental for the Mooresville Consolidated School District. Now, that person, the mental health person, told the detective that Trinity had sought mental health resources from school all the way back to when she was a freshman. She had expressed suicidal ideation in the past, but nothing was significant enough to cause intervention. Each time Trinity would try to receive mental health assistance, her father, Timothy, would deny her access to the resources. It was the teacher or the counselor's understanding that Mr. Shockley did not believe in mental health treatment and did not take his daughter's conditions seriously. On November 12th, 2024, 2 weeks after her 18th birthday, Trinity signed herself up for mental health assistance. Now, for the foregoing reasons, I have probable cause to believe that the defendant named herein committed the offense stated above.
Now, earlier I said I wasn't trying to throw no shade on Timothy, but that shit right there makes me want to throw just a little bit of clouds over his sunshine. Mm-hmm. I mean, he denied letting the school help her with her mental health issues that she was reaching out for. I mean, this girl was just begging for help.
She was.
She was begging for help, man.
Do you think that, this whole situation is a cry for help? Do we really think that she was going to proceed and go through with it? Because my big heart gets me in trouble sometimes, and I try to put myself in everybody's shoes.
I know, mine too. And looking at that little girl, I mean,
you would have never thought. She didn't even look like she weighed 100 pounds.
I mean, I felt so bad for her. I mean, if she would have went through this shit, I would have hated her for
hurting other people.
Absolutely. But I don't know, man. It just confuses the shit out of me the way these youth are nowadays.
I mean, the question is, was she really going to do it, or was this just her final cry for help?
I mean, obviously she was cutting herself. She was screaming out for help for 4 years. It said all the way back to her freshman year. That's 4 years, man.
And as a parent, when you see your child going through something, you know. I have 2 boys, and you know how they act every day, and you can tell when something is not right.
Absolutely. If you pay attention, you can see the most littlest, shift in their attitude, or, just pay attention, parents, is what we're saying.
And then you have everything online, which just... it steals children's innocence. And I think it is so important for parents to be proactive. And if their children have social media or they let them on the internet, have it locked down so they cannot find anything or get in access to anything that's going to poison their brain.
Be vigilant, people.
Yeah. And so that's the end of Trinity's probable cause affidavit. She went to court today for a bond hearing, and I believe it's she's a no bond right now, but the judge has put it under advisement. And I'll update on our Facebook page when her next court date is, and we will be following this case until the end. And I pray that this girl gets the help that she needs.
Absolutely, and thank God that they had the Sandy Hook tip line. I mean, and thank God that somebody
reached out.
Absolutely, because this could have turned into a shit show really quick. Now, you guys can look us up on Facebook. Go to 69 South Podcast. You can join our private group. And if you want to support the show, the Patreon is about to be on fire. We're going to have old school serial killer episodes on there that are in the works. Go to www.scentedjewels.com and check out our squeezable wax melts.
Shop scentedjewels.com.
Yeah. These people have figured out how to put this oil in with the squeezable wax melts, and somehow it makes them put 10% more scent in them, and it makes them awesome. But until then, we hope you have a good day, a good evening, whatever.